I observe that Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the former President Alhaji Atiku Abubakar have adopted the same strategy of targeting prominent politicians and buying them to their own sides individually, respectively. While President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is targeting the governors, as the governor of Kaduna State, Ubasani, said 3 days ago, that no governor has an excuse not to drum up support for the re-election of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027 because he's pumping money into the hands of the governors and approving their requests. And so, what else do they want? And that no president of Nigeria, in his own observation, has satisfied state governors as much as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and so deserves to be supported for re-election. And I say, okay, if he's satisfying the governors, is he satisfying common Nigerians for whom all subsidies are gone, including education subsidy and skyrocketing costs of living? But beyond the governors, President Tinubu is also satisfying the legislators. And you know that the legislators are not just cut across political parties. So they also have been supportive of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, approving whatever he requests, with particular reference to loan. At least more than 90%, if not 100%, of his requests have been approved by the legislature, including more than 90 billion subsidy for the 2023 Hajj. Subsequently, we don't know, they have kept the subsidy out of public view because of the protests. But as far as the legislators are concerned, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a wonderful person. And I say this is not a song for common Nigerians, with particular reference to common workers, artisans, including drivers who spend most of their earnings on buying fuel, at the end of which very little remains as gain to take home, even for their own feeding and welfare, not to talk welfare of their families. Or artisans who have no patronage because workers who could patronize them are poorly paid. But here we are talking of the strategy of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and former Vice President Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, targeting prominent politicians. For Tinubu, the governors, the legislators, the judiciary, those in the judiciary, they are also not complaining, they are satisfied. And prominent politicians like James Ibori, Delta State, for example only. And when we look at the strategy of Atiku, it is the same, targeting key politicians. Amongst them, Nasir El-Rufai, Rauf Aregbesola, Rotimi Amechi, Dele Momodu, Kenneth Okonkwo, and only yesterday, Dino Melaye, who also said, where Atiku is going, there I am going. So, both of them, Tinubu and Atiku, have the same strategy to target key political actors, popular political actors. And this is where common Nigerians must be very careful. Because as Ubasani said, Tinubu is satisfying the governors and they have no excuse not to support his re-election. Are you governor? Are you legislator? Are you James Ibori? Are you Dino Melaye? Are you Rauf Aregbesola? Are you Rotimi Amechi? Are you Dele Momodu? Or are you Kenneth Okonkwo? So, if you don't come out massively, students, workers, artisans, business people who have lost patronage, manufacturers whose businesses are not moving as it should, as it used to be. So, we are the ones to come out massively in support of Peter Obi, because there are three key players. As in 2023, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Atiku Abubakar, and Peter Obi. As far as Dino Melaye told us, because he has just resigned from the PDP to join the ADC only yesterday, and he says that Atiku has not decided whether he will run for the presidency in 2027 or not. So this is a game of hide and seek. But I put it to Atiku that if he does not want to waste his money and effort on the ADC, he should concede to Peter Obi, who is from the south, and not just from the south, from the southeast, the rightful zone to produce Nigeria's president from the south, if justice is to be done. And that you cannot marginalize a whole zone and assume that all will be well with Nigeria. All will never be well under injustice. Marginalizing a whole zone for religious or whatever reason. Because the Muslim North insisted that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should have another Muslim from the north as his running mate if he was to enjoy their support. But what did the north get from it? Something worse than under Muhammadu Buhari. Under Muhammadu Buhari, Moshurumi armed bandits. And I asked why. And the answer I got, the economy is bad for most people. And that is not helping normalcy. But Tinubu came and even made the economic situation worse. And so the insecurity has continued to escalate despite the claim of Nuhu Ribadu, the security advisor, that insecurity is abating. It's not abating. Go to Kwara North and ask them what they are facing. As I speak, there are people in the den of kidnappers asking for 50 million, or that those in their captivity will be killed. Go to Ondo State, where they paid ransom, and or you want to ask about Zamfara, about Katsina State, about Sokoto State, and other states all around. So as these governors are claiming that Tinubu is satisfying them, they are not talking about insecurities. They are not talking about the plight and agony of workers or crumbling businesses. I don't know, one of Tinubu's agents even said that Nigeria's business is growing. Oh my God. So no conscience, no morality. So if Atiku does not want to play his lost game again, let him concede to Peter Obi. Nigerians will be well disposed to the coalition. Yes, from all over Nigeria. They are tired of the status quo, particularly the one that has started since 2015, and despite all promises, everything is going worse than APC met it. Of course, PDP started the crisis, waging war against the Boko Haram Muslim community. But rather than stopping it, the APC has perpetuated the war and added S-men terrorism. And now all subsidies are gone. So we don't know what the benefit common Nigerians are deriving for God blessing Nigeria with abundance of petroleum and other mineral resources untapped by the wasteful, prodigal rulers of Nigeria. Self-seeking, self-centered, self-aggrandizement. That's their characteristics. So let Tinubu and Atiku continue to play their own games, their own game of buying key politicians, of playing divide and rule, selective justice. That's what is happening. That's why the governors are praising President Tinubu, not that workers are well paid or that insecurity has abated. It cannot abate, because the economic situation that brought mushrooming and bandits under Buhari has even gone worse under Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So beyond deception, insecurities is pervasive. Not to talk of worsening mass abject poverty. Worse than ever before. And yet, they want to use propaganda to get Tinubu re-elected. But I'm saying Atiku Abubakar must not be the spoiler again. Let us have Peter Obi representing North, South, and zonal justice. That singular factor favors Peter Obi. Another factor that favors him is that nobody from the Southeast is contending with him. Nobody. You see it. So, and those who try to demarket him have not given any convincing reason. So, Nigerians remain committed to Peter Obi. That is the fact of the case. If at the last moment Atiku now decide to run, he will run down the ADC. As simple as that.